I graduated high school in 1971, so my years of high school were times of great change and political upheaval. I was definitely influenced by that. I went to the Dayton Art Institute to learn photography. Trying to find some of the ones when I first started taking classes. This one would probably be one. Just a picture from my kitchen window. It's nothing special, it's just about light and composition. I like that one a lot. Just friends on a Sunday afternoon up near Inglewood, kind of close to the river, so just an old house, an old hippie house. That would have been about 78 also, I think. This was taken at a stone quarry where we spent many, many, many summer days just hanging out by the water. It was the most wonderful place. It was magical. You know, there were no rules, so obviously a few of the people here don't have any clothes on. Most of us wore our clothes, but it was a great big place. We had a canoe. We could canoe all around it. There was an island that we camped on occasionally. Those were great days, great times. This one was taken at the old Walnut Hills in Dayton, where the punk scene erupted in late 1978, I believe, in early 79. So this was probably in 79, probably at a Dates show. I had a friend who had a small gallery up here in the Santa Clara district, and we did a photography show there together, Scott Apt and I. On Salem Avenue, where the blood bank was at that point. Went up to a perfect stranger and asked him if I could follow him through the process. It was a fun picture story to work on. There was a Klan rally down in Cincinnati, and this was taken down there. I have always had an interest in politics and civil rights, and I believe I went to this on my own, not as a news reporter, but just on my own. When I was at Ohio State, working on my master's in journalism with a concentration in photography, I went down to the refugee camp in South Texas. It was a place for Central American refugees who were fleeing the wars in El Salvador and Guatemala and Honduras. This was some of the guys playing football in their downtime, which they had a lot of. This was shooting on Tri-X film and processing it there at the camp as I went along, and they were very sweet, big-hearted people. This was one that I won an award for from the Ohio News Photographers Association. This was from one of the very first mud volleyball tournaments over at Wegerson. It's a fundraiser that they do. It's great fun. Hugely messy. This is a club on Wyandotte Street. I looked over my shoulder and saw people shooting pool, and it was just a beautifully lit, dark nightclub. Managed to get that using available light. One of those snowy days when everybody in their right mind was staying in and they were sending us out onto the streets to get a picture. I was trying to get a picture of geese feeding in the cornfield, but of course by the time I got there, they flushed and flew away. These photos were taken at the Rhythm and Shoes final concert that was at the City Folk Festival in 2010. I've had a love affair with dance that goes way back to my childhood. I took classes at Sinclair Community College in the 70s with Geraldine Blunden and John Rodriguez and Bess Saylor. There were a lot of people who want to shoot sports, but not a whole lot of people who want to shoot dance. And it's always nice when you can blend two of your loves. Well, I did the Canal Street closing. Mick Montgomery had made the sign himself, so when he was ready to close the business, he wanted to take the sign with him. I spent so much time at Canal Street. It wasn't a place you went to drink. It was a place you went because you loved music, and it was truly a community of people. I left the Dayton Daily News 22 years after I started there. I thought that I wouldn't continue to work as a photographer, but there's no way that I cannot. It is just like a part of me. It's my baby. It's my best friend. It's such an extension of who I am that I may not get paid for it, but I will continue to take pictures.